last week for your team?
Yeah, it was going to play at Rhodes House in Alabama is always a treat for us. They just have really good fans and a good environment, and so to get that opportunity to play there and get the win, and then have a long travel day to get to Duke and just embrace the road warrior mindset, and then to take 3 from Duke was just outstanding in a gladiator mindset way. You know, it was a lot of fight, and I think we grew a ton as a team and had some really good talks. So now it's, going into another series this weekend, same mindset, want to win the series. If you have an opportunity to sweep, it's going to be gritty, and we know what that was like with Duke.
I'm sure you didn't enjoy Saturday when it happened,
Yeah.
since the 12-11, but
Yeah.
to prevail and to win that game and to do that,
Yep.
What does it say?
Yeah. I think we were better on Sunday because of Saturday, because of that. You have to learn throughout the season how to manage the game and the innings, and I think for pitchers, starting to understand how to manage expectation versus execution, and that's some really good talks we have with Julia and Jazzy, and I think everything that Ash went through last year showed in her experience in those moments. So we just had some really good pitcher talks at that point. And if that doesn't happen, we don't have those talks. And then now we're a little locked in, a little better in our process today, which I would expect this weekend too. So there's so much growing that goes on through the season just with emotion on top of executing your skill set. So I think that was the benefit for us, on that side. And then you saw the grittiness come out, Jay just knocking the ball down at third base and just touching the base, and some passion. And when you get to this time of year, passion, man, that's what you really want to tap into and just get it done. It can be ugly, but just get it done. So we tapped into that.
What's something you think you guys really excelled at and improved on in this 10-game win streak?
Knock on wood. You just said that, didn't you? Just kidding. I think we're getting better at synergy. I think that's something we talked about in the beginning. Is we came out pretty hot on the swinging side. We had to figure out the pitching and defense side. That synergy starting to really come together pretty well. Consistency, the grind through the season as an offense, and now just how do we manage our game as a team? So can we be better player-led organization now going into it? We've been playing together for a while now, so can we hold each other accountable to things? Love, Janai Kerr is going to scrap mode and getting after some really good senior at-bats for us, and just, raising the scrap-o-meter a little bit and just do it in so many different ways. And so I think she's opened up a little bit of freedom instead of being so perfect, and we're just getting some good synergy.
How good is it to be playing ACC opponents like ranked Virginia, NC State, and then you're welcoming Florida next week? How good is it to play those games at home rather than on the road?
Definitely huge. You start off, man, if we got a squad, we can be in that top 8. That's I guess, sitting as a coaching staff, do we have the team that can do this? Because that's what you want to gun for, right? When your goal is to get to Oklahoma City. So you have to have your on-road games and you have to have your home games. So yes, playing here, this place is amazing for us and it feels so good, but you've got to feel good away also. And so we challenge ourselves with a schedule like that. So yeah, I think in the ACC, we have some really good strength of schedules. We have really good RPI in our conference. Our conference is going out and doing things that helps us sustain, and then having the opportunity to play the Alabamas and the Floridas with the SEC and the circle that helps us with RPI also. So when you talk business strategy, huge for us, and then you talk emotions of a team and how do you raise to that and the environments you get around, things that you have to learn how to embrace at that point. So there's a lot of boxes that these games check for us. And when it comes down to ACC, it is winning, a 3-game series. Can you win the series? Can you make the adjustments? Can you be the better team on Saturday? And if you're a push, can you win it on Sundays? Because that's what gets you into a super regional or regional and championship series. So when you talk that language, it becomes our strategy at the point, and they're starting to really understand that.
With all the road trips, does it feel like the pitching staff is battle tested to the best it can be going?
Yep. Yeah, it's nice to sprinkle McKenna back in now and give us a look. She's worked really hard at, getting healthy, and that's our main job is to keep her healthy, and I think she's worked really hard, and today started seeing some of that for us on that side. Then we can give some rest to other pitchers that might match up for the weekend. So, our ability to use the staff and the staff to understand our ability to use the staff, is really big for us. And so I'm proud of them for that. Ash has led a lot of those conversations, as a sophomore, which is really huge for us. And then the team knows right now, they've been behind a starter, a reliever, a closer, someone that goes back to back, someone that goes day 5, and there's comfort in that. So again, I guess back to the original conversation of pitching and synergy and figuring that out. So yeah, we're starting to find that ourselves a little bit.
Was that the best Kenna's velocity has been in a good while?
Yeah, consistently, yeah. We're starting to hit 67, 68, which is good for her, and that just means she's full body strong. And now, it's just pushing a little bit of load, a little more load, and just again our end goal, which everyone's end goal. Sometimes it's hard as a player because you're like, man, I can't see the end goal, I want it now. But she stayed really true to her process, and proud of that.
You talked about her velocity. Is there anything else that you'd like to see her do to get back into the top of the rotation?
It's not so much top of the rotation. It's the ability to have different weapons come off the bench to neutralize offenses. So, I think, yes, she's throwing a changeup. We're working off speed. We're doing those things. But if we can't get the velocity, we can't use the other pitches. So we're just layering the building plan and development for her, and she's all in for it. And I just think that's a very mature approach on her side, So, and everyone sees it. And, big round of high fives today for her and what she did. And then we'll get after it again this weekend.
When you're talking about a rotation that has as many arms as you have, how much of a necessity, luxury, however you want to characterize it, is it to have a senior behind the plate with Michaela who can manage the different arms?
Yeah, I think, you don't see Maddie Fry as much there, and even Bella right now who's redshirting, you've got three catchers that are pouring into the pitcher. So whether it's bullpen or live action yesterday, I practiced with Mimi and getting in today, it's trying to stay as sharp as we can and as connected as we can. So whoever's getting them in the bullpen is prepping them for out there, and whoever's out there, if it's Maddie or Michaela, they're getting them to the spot where they need to compete. So they work with each other. So I think the battery in general, whether you see the in the lineup or not, it's just how they work together. And I think that's just been a really great mindset this year for them.
So on the right side of the infield, you're kind of using a platoon a lot with both second and first base. What is your concern about defensively having those players be out of rhythm or anything like that?
No concerns at all. I think, again, we're really good as a staff at being very transparent and how we want to have strategy and what we want to use it for. And the players are really good at understanding that and doing what you do. So we've got defense, we got swings, we got kids that can hit rise balls, drop balls, change ups, short gamers, base runners. We have it all. They know what they bring. Just bring, do what you do, and then we'll move the pieces around, and they're all in for that.
And so as to which person gets in the platoon, is it more about matchups, about who you're seeing in the circle, or is it more about
be matchups,
rotating?
It could be short game, it could be power hitting teams, it could be base running teams, it could be who we have pitching. Yeah, it could be a lot of things. So these guys don't want to stay here all day and listen to that. Yes.